All right, we are headed out there. We'll come down here, across that, down that way, across this place, basically they call the wilderness. And then we're going to go out. There's a curve back. This wash goes back, and back up in there is Onyx Bridge and a few other things we might see, and then we'll come back.
And this area is called the Painted Desert. Look how pretty
Painted
the colors
Desert,
are.
yeah.
South in here it's more blue. This is more red.
Right. But we're at 2 miles out, 2 miles back?
2 miles out, 2 miles back according to the directions.
Okay. Headed down the trail. It is
Part of the trail.
not a slight decline, pretty steep. We get to the very bottom, looking straight ahead between the two red ridges we'll be passing through, and it just stops. The trail stops after a short period of time, and then you're on your own, crossing that area which they describe as wilderness. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. This
It's kind of steep. That's what they said. The last part, the first part's steep. The rest of it's pretty flat.
rest of it's flat. Once you get to the bottom, it's flat. But all right, around. All right, we're headed down. We're going to be hiking for the next several hours. And the worst part is, well, the hardest part is the first part and the last part, going up this cliff and down this cliff. So it's a lot of down angle from here. All right, turn it back around and see what we're doing. We're hiking out into the distance.
Did I say what day it is?
Right there. I didn't look at the clock. What day is it? It's Tuesday.
Today's Tuesday, the
28th.
of August,
Right.
2018.
2018, yes. All right. A pretty hike. All right, we're officially in the wilderness portion. No trails. That's our marker to go back to, is the inn at the top of the hill, or the old inn. Now it's kind of a museum. And then
All we have is our compass.
we have our compass, and we have a point of reference to go back to.
And we have a map.
And we have a map, yes. But we're down in the valley, which you can see from above, and hiking
And this is the
across open wash, and we waited until it dried. It was damp yesterday, so we're going way out there. Way out there. We're at the Onyx Bridge, which is really just a petrified log that extends over the waterway. But we are at the very end of our hike. It's almost 2.5 miles. One end of our hike. Yeah. Surrounded by these cliffs or dunes or part of the painted desert. Yeah, it's shattering along here, the tree is. See how it's just coming apart. Probably the wind and the rain, yeah. Ice and snow is messing it up, yeah. You can see how it's sheared along several places. This middle is starting to crack through. So a few years from now, although some people have propped it up a little bit, this tree trunk may not be where it is now. It may have collapsed and fallen in, because there's a lot of water runs through this. There's a second one up here, and it may erode underneath it. It may become a second Onyx bridge, as they called it. But yeah, it's starting to crack through. It's got some cracks here. Cracks are almost in a uniform pattern, like they're, you know, it's just the way that things break on petrified wood. But you can see how some people have propped up in a couple of places. It looks like it needs a couple more, and there's a second log below that's partial. But it doesn't have a lot of support, and as it comes around this corner, there's a drop. Yeah, you know, it's eroded underneath over here, so it's eroded back, and so at some point that's going to collapse more and more and work its way back towards Onyx Bridge. I'm sure it was further out in the past. It kind of gives evidence that it was at least 6 feet further forward, if not further. See how that goes over there? So this is eroding back. It's a hard shelf, so it's slow eroding. And then that is eroding away underneath it, the supports, and it's eventually going to fall. And then it will no longer be a bridge, although it's really a log.
That's our trail.
Yes, our trail is through the wash and all of those pieces of petrified wood that are piled down there. Some are perched on the edge of the cliffs, and they could easily roll down with just the smallest amount of effort. But right now it's stable. We're going to, if you can see out in the distance, a little flash. It's someone's windshield on a car. And that's where we started, on that trail coming down from that building on the far cliff. And it's about 2.5 miles to here.
And you don't do this in the rain because of the washes.
No, you can't do this in the rain. You would be in serious trouble in the wash if it was raining, because we can see where the water moved very rapidly through there. That's why we waited for today, because it's not raining. But amazing amount of petrified wood.
Yes, everywhere.
Everywhere. And walk around it and over it in places. Couldn't even avoid stepping on some of it. It's pretty and it's peaceful. We've seen tracks from deer, rabbits, people, dogs, yeah. I haven't identified anything other than those two wildlife.